Hi folks, Doug here. Ellis Car Customs coming to you from our new television studio. Um, it looks like the same old place, but we have a dead soldier to report again. For all those nearly 90 episodes of Ellis Car Customs, they were filmed on this old 20-year-old camcorder that finally died mid-episode when I was recording the current episode. And I had the episode two-thirds recorded, and then the thing died. And then I figured I got another camera. I don't know if it's better or not, but I took the SD card I used to record and put it in the new camera, and because I had to format it for the new camera, I lost everything I'd recorded up to that point. You know, WTF, right? But hopefully this new camera has a couple of features that the old camera didn't have. It has like time lapse and stuff like that. I just got to figure out how to use it, and maybe I can show like more work related content that I can fast forward through, so you don't have to watch it in real time, but still get kind of the gist of what I'm doing. So, and it has like a remote control. So once I figure out how that works, I mean, I literally just took the thing out of the box a few minutes ago, so I don't know anything about it. But once I figure out how to do that, maybe that'll make things more interesting. But all that being said, thank you everybody for checking out the old man in Festerton. Looks like a lot of you subscribe to his channel, and that's great. I think you'll like his content. He's got a really good channel, and I'm glad if I could help him out a little bit. And maybe we'll revisit some of the other people I've given shouts out to kind of put everybody back on the map again. Because I mean, when I gave some of them shout outs, I didn't have as many people either. But I'm just trying to grow the community of YouTube channels that are, like the small people like me, and like the old man Festerton, and just trying to grow that small community, of like-minded people. So I'm gonna give you a recap of what you missed in the episode that unfortunately didn't air, and try to pick it up from there. But thanks for coming back. We'll see what this new thing can do as soon as I learn how to use it. So, anyways, on the last episode, I decided since the weather is starting to get better, and we might be able to fetch that motor soon, that I should start getting this area cleaned up, prepared, and all that stuff, so that when we have a motor to plug in here, this might be done. So I pulled the vent tubes on both sides. I showed in the video that you didn't get to see that the bolts that hold those vent tubes, you got to go in from under the dash to take them out. I also showed that you didn't get to see the heater core that I pulled out of there. That heater core was in there like that. We pulled that out. It actually doesn't look terrible. I mean, it's not crumbling in my hands or whatever. I could leak test it, see if it's any good. I mean, these pipe openings have been open to the world and insects and everything else. So God only knows if the dirt daubers have built nests down inside of there. It might be more cost effective to just buy another heater core. There's a little bit of rust in the bottom of the heater core box that we'll have to address, but not terrible. These brackets here hold the housing on. I showed in that episode that they, oh, we'll grab the other one. They're both the same. But they stick on there over the round things, you know, and then they clamp down and they hold the thing up, and you just had to drive them up, pull them off. Then you could take this piece out. This piece, you know, was in there like that, so I didn't see anything terrible until I took it out and flipped it over. And actually, we found rust. I could price this piece here, see what they get for it, but it could make for interesting content to just rebuild the bottom of this one. I mean, it's not the hardest thing we've had to rebuild, so we could go that route. And that's where I was with that. The tubes, they just have a little bit of rust there and there and a little bit there, you know, but they're salvageable. They have the vents in there. These cables here are seized up, so hopefully I can find new cables to open and close the vents. But so we've got that. I showed it was kind of neat that I gotta do something about that lens cover hanging down there. You still see, you know, the chalk marks from the factory on the firewall, which is pretty cool. You could see in there, it looks like that might have been where chalk marks are, because that looks like a 2 and a D, maybe stands for 2-door or something. But those marks are still on it. But we've got to get a new steering box, because the one I had was seized up. But we'll get a new steering box. But yeah, I want to go through and clean this up. I could show, I cleaned up the cowl tag as much as I could to be able, I want to try to decode that. I mean, if you can read that, yeah, some of you sleuths out there might want to see if you can decode it. But I'm sure it'll tell the original color of the car and things like that. But that's where I was at before I was rudely interrupted by technology. I'll bring you back. Another thing I showed in the episode you didn't get to see was I was out rooting through my state-of-the-art parts department, and I came up with that. That's the fuel filler box that goes in this hole here, and it's in pretty good shape. It just has to be cleaned up. Has a lot of surface rust on it, but the hinges are not seized up, and I imagine they get a few bucks for this part. But yeah, everything's there. There's no pinholes or anything in it. So I think we can clean this up and give it a coat of paint and save a good chunk of money. So we've got that, and all we'll need that we don't have yet is whatever we're going to use for soft hose to go between that and the tank. But we won't be putting the tank in yet until we put in that shock bar, because I just want to have more room to work under there. So I decided I'm going to mess around with this thing, see if I can close up them holes in a timely manner and make it worth doing. But yeah, I'll show you how that goes. And whatever other trouble I get into. So here's another thing I showed in the video that you didn't get to watch. This is file under the heading, you never know what you're going to find in Doug's garage. This is an old newspaper. It's the Harper's Weekly, dated April 29th, 1865. So it's a 160-year-old paper. But what makes it interesting is what's on the inside of it. This is a lithograph that was printed when Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. Got a picture of Lincoln on the casket there and the soldiers mourning. But yeah, this is from when Lincoln was assassinated. It's a 160-year-old piece of paper. We found it. I had a farmhouse many years ago, and the people insulated the walls with old newspapers. And one of the newspapers we pulled out of the wall was this one from April of 1865. It's not in very good shape, but it's 160 years old. So yeah, file that under, you never know what you'll find lurking in my garage. So we got that first piece welded in there, and now we're working on this other side. I'm going to I'll probably take and make this piece and this piece separate. I'll bring the bottom around to meet that, and then bring this piece down to meet the bottom, because it's got some compound curves. But we'll see how much further I can get. Alright, put a couple of tacks in this piece here. So now what we'll do is we'll make this piece to come down, wrap around, and join it to this piece, and overlap this other piece. Try to make it look similar to the original design. You won't really see this because this is the bottom, so you probably won't see it. But I like to get it as close as possible. We'll see how much further I can go. So we've got that other piece of metal in there. You've got to make this lip here for them to weld to, wrapped around here. But I want to cut this one a little bit short so I can go in and see if I'm going to be able to edit this the way I normally used to, or if I have to relearn that all over again. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I hate technology. So, that being said, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope I get to upload this tonight. Liking and commenting is always appreciated. My buddy Crazy Willie gave me a gift in the super thanks. I always want to make sure if somebody gives me something in the super thanks that I acknowledge you in the video, because gifts are always appreciated, and you don't need to give gifts to hang out with me. So if I get one, I really appreciate it. But cross your fingers that this thing works. I already don't like the feature that when I turn it back at me, it's like in reverse. So everything I gotta do backwards. You know, like this is my left hand, and it looks like my right hand on the screen. So bear with me. I'm gonna figure this stuff out. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope we see you again. Take care.